Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller, and as promised, I am coming to you today to elaborate a bit on the types of techniques that helped me find healing after the abuse from the narcissistic people in my life. I'm going to be talking to you about this book right here. It's called How to Break Your Addiction to a Person. It's a rather old book. I got mine at a Salvation Army. It's by Howard M. Halpern, and it is one of the best books on breaking your addictions and not attracting these types of toxic people into your life. First thing I want to talk to you about is something called an attachment fetish. An attachment fetish means there's certain things in a person that attract you to that person. First of all, physical features. A lot of times people are attracted to somebody that looks a certain way. Maybe they have a certain color eyes, or a certain hairstyle that you like, or dress a certain way, or seem richer than other people, or it could be a number of physical features. That's one of the things that can attract you to somebody. We're not just talking about one somebody, we're talking about many somebodies with like features. Number two, personality traits. This person might be more bubbly and outgoing than other people. They might be more seemingly modest than other people, more friendly than other people. It just depends on the personality that you like, and that's going to vary from person to person. The next thing is what types of behaviors attract you. Maybe you like the debonair men that hold the door for you. Maybe you like the women that seem to be in charge, or maybe you like the women that are more submissive types of people. Those things are all going to attract you in different people, but similar characteristics. If you attach to people based on these characteristics, any number of them in any extreme, it's almost impossible to break a bond with that person, which is why it's very important for you to be careful who you are bonding to. Another thing I want to talk to you about is idealization, but before I go into that, I want to tell you the people that I was attracted to were the take charge type of people. I tended to be kind of an avoidant person, didn't like doing things for myself, so I was attracted to people that would kind of tell me what to do so I could submit to them, leadership type people. Idealization. When you idealize somebody, that means you start justifying their faults. You start saying, well, yeah, he did kind of nudge me a little hard there, but he doesn't do it all the time, and I think he was just playing, that sort of thing. You might say, well, he is tough, but he's just strong, he's just a strong type of personality, so he asserts his strength through tapping me a little harder than most people do, or nudging me once in a while, or smacking me on the butt, or whatever it is. You might also say that somebody that's very, very needy and clingy to you, he's covering his neediness with strength. So he may be kind of a phony person. He may look really needy when inside he's very controlling. You just don't know, and you've got to be so careful, like I said, with the type of people that you're hanging around with, because there's a lot of cover-ups that go on with abusive people. Another thing is false hope. A lot of times an abuser will create false hope in a situation where there was a big altercation where you were fighting. He'll bring you flowers the next day and say, oh, I'm so sorry, honey, I'll never do it again, I'll go for help, whatever, and it never happens. Or maybe he goes for help, but he dupes the counselor. That happens a lot. Or she. I'm not just talking about men here, I'm talking about men and women. In my case, it was a woman that was the narcissist that I had to heal from. So they may give you a gift, they may make empty promises, that type of thing. The whole point is keeping illusions. You might have a daydream about the perfect guy or the gal, and you create them in your mind in this person that you've decided you're attracted to. They may not at all be the right person for you, but because you've decided this person has these features I like, they have this personality I like, you feel like pulled to them like a magnet. And you will actually justify the wrong things that they do because you're so attracted to these other features. And you justify it to the point of actually believing it yourself. Now, there's ways that abusers and the abusees tend to attract to each other. One of them I call the hook. What this means is the other person or you control through power. Words like do it or else. If you loved me, you would do such and such. If you don't do this, I'm going to leave you. And where will that leave you? You know, you're nobody without me. Those type of words are a hook to keep you hooked to this person. You should never feel obligated to stay with somebody. You should stay with somebody because you love them and you want to be there, not because they threatened you into it, or they said, well, if you don't, I'm going to do this, or this will happen, or I'll take this from you, or I'll do this to your possessions, your child, your dog, your cat, whatever. That's not a good reason to be in a relationship. They also often control through weakness. In my case, this type of person had an actual illness and I believe used it at times to gain control over people because they would feel sorry for this person. There is kind of a helplessness ploy on their part. They leave you kind of feeling like if you don't do what they say, you're going to lose them. They're going to commit suicide or they're going to just disappear from your life. And you don't want to lose them, so you do what they say. So they use the threat of leaving you, the threat of dying, and your part is to basically give in to that and do their bidding so that you don't lose them or they don't die or they don't leave you, they don't punish you. There's another thing that goes on, control through caretaking of the other person. Now that can be on your end. You may feel like you have to be there to take care of them because after all, if you're not there, who else will be? That's not your place to feel obligated to take care of an abuser. It's really not. You may make yourself so useful, or the other person may make themselves so useful and helpful to you that you never would want to leave them. It's a ploy to get you to stay or to keep you there with them. There's a fear of abandonment that's induced in controlling situations, and that they play on that. Abusers play on that fear of abandonment and the fear of rejection. A lot of times they'll use the silent treatment or they'll withhold affection from you just to make you feel invisible, to make you feel like you're being punished because you didn't do what they wanted you to do. Okay. They control you through guilt. If only you would have such and such, then I wouldn't have had to hit you or take that from you or kill your pet or whatever it is. It's always this, if only you would have or wouldn't have done such and such, then I wouldn't. The point is they make their choices. You don't control somebody else's choice. No matter what you do, you are not responsible for somebody's abusive tendencies. They are. Let them own it. Okay. In my next video, because I have to cut these kind of short, I've realized, because YouTube doesn't let you upload more than 10 minutes, and I don't really want to go that long on this. I'm going to be talking about common guilt trip statements that people make, so you can begin to recognize some of these things that you may be hearing in your own relationship, and you can not have to be affected as much by those or take some action that you need to take. So stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be on guilt trips and some more about control and some of these other things I was talking about. As always, I am DelusionDispeller. Do not keep the family secrets and the other secrets. Tell them to a safe person. The hidden things that you keep hidden are the most dangerous. Have a great day, and bye-bye from DelusionDispeller. We'll see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye.